There are games you play for fun, and there are rituals whispered about in the dark. Rituals that promise answers, power, or contact with something, not of this world. But every story ends the same, with silence, with terror, with regret. Tonight we explore the forbidden rituals you should never try, because once you begin, there's no guarantee you'll come back. Throughout history, humans have reached into the unknown, searching for control, for knowledge, for connection to the other side. But some doors you once opened can never be closed again. These are not rituals you'll find in books. They survive through whispers, online forums, and the trembling voices of those who claim to have tried them. Let's begin. One of the most infamous is the elevator game, said to come from South Korea. The rules are simple. Find a building with at least 10 floors. Ride the elevator in a specific sequence. If done correctly, a woman will enter on the 5th floor. You are told not to look at her, not to speak to her. When you reach the 10th floor, the doors will open to a world that is not your own. Some who played said they stepped out into empty streets, a sky the color of ash, and a silence so heavy it crushed their thoughts. Most claim they returned, but a few never pressed the right buttons to come back. The midnight game is older, a pagan ritual said to punish those who disobeyed the gods. You begin at midnight. Write your name on paper, prick your finger, and drop blood on it. Place it before a wooden door. Light a candle. Knock 22 times. When the door opens by itself, the game has begun. From then until 3:33 a.m., you must keep moving. Never let your candle go out, because if it does, he finds you. People describe feeling something chasing them, breathing behind their necks, scratching on the walls. Some swear they saw a shadow figure waiting at the end of the hall, smiling, knowing the candle wouldn't last. Then there's the dark reflection ritual. You stand before a mirror at midnight holding a candle. You stare into your own eyes, waiting until your reflection moves on its own. If it does, you must break the mirror immediately. Fail, and the reflection no longer belongs to you. One story tells of a woman who tried it for fun. Her family found her days later sitting in front of the mirror, not moving, not speaking, but her reflection still smiled. Perhaps the most disturbing is the one-man hide-and-seek. You fill a doll with rice, sew it closed with red thread, and drop it into a bathtub of water. At 3 a.m., you stab the doll with a knife, declare you're it, and run to hide. People who've tried it claim the doll doesn't stay in the tub. They hear footsteps, they see small wet prints on the floor. Sometimes they even hear the knife dragging across the tiles. If the doll finds you, you don't win. You don't get to play again. Because once it learns your name, it keeps following you, long after the ritual is over. These rituals all share one thing: rules. Rules that sound like games but are warnings. Do not look at her. Do not stop moving. Do not lose the light. Do not let it find you. And those who break the rules never get the chance to tell their story. Ending, audience hook. So why do people still try them? Curiosity? Thrill? Or the desperate need to prove the story's wrong? Maybe it's because we all want to believe the world is bigger, stranger, more terrifying than what we see. But remember this: some doors stay closed for a reason, and some games are not meant to be played. The next time you hear about a ritual like these, ask yourself one question. Do you want to know what happens if you break the rules? Or would you rather keep the lights on and never find out?